we watched as you were going through that legal process at the same time as going through such a devastating emotional process with little Charlie. How did that affect you at the time? Did you, and in hindsight, looking back, can you sort of remember how you were feeling going through and standing up in court and having to try and fight for your son?
We just kind of felt like we didn't have a voice. It didn't really matter what we said, and, you know, despite us having other doctors out there saying that they could help our son, you know, people kind of thought, you know, it's not about parents know best, but we were listening to other doctors, and, you know, people don't know the full story, and that's what makes it difficult. And I found it very hard with people having an opinion on what I should have done with my son, and, you know, until you really know the full story, it's difficult to...
Could you get any peace at all, obviously consumed with grief, but could you get any peace at all once it was decided and you decided to let him slip away? Could you begin to rebuild?
After he'd passed, you mean? Not really. I mean, we always live with that what if now. I mean, we were told that the medication had up to a 56% chance of working. So, you know, for a parent to have an ill child and then get told that statistic, it was very hard for us, and it will remain hard for the rest of our lives.
So you're still consumed with that feeling of if only, if only?
Yeah.
If only, but we're also, you know, we're very much trying to, as much as the past hurts, we're very much trying to look into the future and stop this happening again, you know, and make that Charlie's legacy, you know. Well,
Chris, tell us about Charlie's Law then. What do you want Charlie's Law to be, and how would it help parents who are in the same situation, and the medical profession as well? Well,
it's, you know, it's not just about giving parents 100% of decisions over their children, because, you know, frankly, that would not work. It's about giving parents a voice. It's about... The main point is just to stop these cases going to court, because it's not only damaging for the child and the parents, it's damaging for the NHS, the hospitals, you know, it's damaging for everyone. And no matter what side of the fence you sit on, I think everyone agrees that the law needs to change. The way it is, it's not working at the moment.
So what would you like it to change to? Can you sum that up? I know it's...
So I think a lot of people, because a lot of these cases are dealt on best interests, and a lot of people seem to have the perception that we want to eradicate the best interest test, but that is not true. What we want to do is to prevent these cases going to court, very much in the same way as they do in care proceedings. Now, if a local authority wants to take a child into care, they have to prove to the court that whatever treatment or whatever course of action they want is going to cause their child significant harm. Now, we don't see why the same threshold should not apply in medical treatment. You know, we had a team of doctors that were willing to treat Charlie, but we weren't allowed to take him. But, you know, that treatment had no side effects. It wasn't going to cause him significant harm, so we should have had, we believe, the right to take our son from one world-renowned hospital to another.
You did have an extraordinary amount of support and emotion generated. I think people everywhere felt for what you were going through. Donald Trump got involved at one point. The Pope got involved at one point. Does that give you some sense of, if not comfort, but just that you're doing the right thing now by pushing forward on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the Pope and Donald Trump. It was everybody. He was here for a short period of time, but in that period of time he was here, you know, what an impact that little boy made, you know, and he made a difference. So, you know, he inspires me now for the rest of my life. Or, you know, I could leave here and get hit by a bus. So, you know, if whatever time we've got left on this earth, if we can make a difference and we can make an impact like Charlie did, then, you know, I'll die a happy man.
And how are the two of you? Who's looking after you? Because it's a huge pressure on a couple, isn't it?
He is up there. You know, we've got so much to thank him for. You know, we were strong before, but we are, you know, we've been together on the worst day of our lives and the best day of our lives. You know, the best the day he was born, the worst the day we lost him. And it's, you know, we are 100 times stronger. And again, thank you, Charlie.
And you've got your lovely little monkey, of course, that we saw with him in some of those pictures as well. Connie, I mean, it sounds like the two of you have taken a lot of strength from being with each other and going through it together. Is the thought of, at some point, getting a little brother or sister for Charlie something that you would like to do going forward to sort of try and cement that?
Yeah, maybe, like, in the future. But at the moment, I think we've got too much to do with everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's definitely something we'll look into, you know, maybe later, because we'd love to give Charlie a brother or sister, you know, and tell the new child all about his or her older brother, you know. So, but that's very much kind of further down the line, you know.
Well, look, it's Obviously very difficult for you and still will be, but we'll be thinking about you tomorrow particularly. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And
So
telling
much
us all
love
about it.
coming to you as well, and all that you've been through.
Best of luck with this, Charlie's Law. Fingers crossed we can get it into the right place and into law, so it will help parents and the medical profession going forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.